Hey man,
All
what's
right.
up? What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, just chilling, just working from home. I'm over the pandemic stuff.
Yeah, me and you both, man. Me and
I
you
hear
both.
you. Have so like I saw you've been doing like all the fitness stuff, but have you been able to do like some of the boxing stuff too?
So I have been able to do a little bit of boxing, but with the gyms closed,
Yeah.
technically, I have been able to reach out to a few people and use their space and get some type of work in. Sadly, for my trainer, he's in that range of over 60, so he definitely don't want to catch
Yes.
this this virus out here. So we haven't been able to work, but we stay in contact at least 4 or 5 times a week, and just stay on a good pace.
Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, that's great to be able to get fit still and you're able to stay ready in case we start opening up and all. So hopefully we see you back in there in August.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to do an intro and then we will get into questions. So
All right.
this is one of the nice guys in boxing, even though he's nice, but he is a mean guy in the ring. He's very.
I'm nice. I'm nice.
So this is a boxing prospect, Isaiah Wise. He's 8-2-2 with 5 knockouts. Power puncher.
All right.
Um. So why don't you tell everyone what part of Philly you from?
So I'm living in North Philly right now. I lived all over my entire life in Philadelphia, from the Northeast to North to South Philly, even West Philly for like a brief period of time. Now North Philly again. So I've been all over, and I represent just Philadelphia in general. I love the city. I love every part of the city, the good and the bad of it. And yes, I'm a Philadelphia native fighter.
Awesome. What part of the Northeast were you from? Because I actually live at like Welsh on the Boulevard.
Okay, so I was like close northeast, like Frankfurt, and we're around the corner from Frankfurt Terminal Center.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
like right off of like Bustleton Avenue. I used
Okay.
to I used to live down there for what, like maybe 5 6 years of my life.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Close a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
about like 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah. So what age did you start boxing at?
So I started boxing at Front Street Gym. My dad got me into it when I was
Okay.
around like 15. I was a freshman in high school, and he seen I was like going down the wrong road, messing around with the wrong crowd. So he's like, you got to do something when you're outside of playing football and baseball. And he took me to the gym, and at first I hated it, kind of like everybody else in a sense.
Yeah.
But then slowly and surely, like my competitive nature kicked in. I just like wanted to get better. I just stayed into it.
That's cool. Yeah. The for like people that don't know, the front gym is very famous. A lot of people came in and out of that gym, so there's a lot of history in there. A lot of amateur fights even happen in there too. So it's
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
it's a heck of a gym. So that leads to my next question. So for amateurs, if you could remember your record, how many fights did you have, and what were some of your achievements in amateurs?
I probably had maybe 20 fights, if
Oh,
that. I didn't have a bunch of amateur fights. I didn't start competing amateurly until I was 17, I believe, 17 or 18. I did a short period where I went to college and I competed collegiately, which still
okay,
can consider amateurly.
yeah,
Um, and then when I came home, I only did like major tournaments, or I tried to do the major tournaments, like the Golden Glove and the Olympic trials,
hmm,
just because I was working. I was becoming a father at the time. And I wasn't like trying to fight every week or every other week and try to get 100 fights under my belt, which I should have probably did, or we got a lot more experience. So I probably only had like 20 fights. And after the Olympic trials that was here in Philadelphia, I believe, what was it, 2014?
2014.
Um, yeah, 2014, 2015 for I think 2016 season. And I talked to my trainer. I was like, I'm about to have it. I had my son at the time, so I was like, I need to get either a job with benefits, provide for my family, or let's turn pro and make some money off of this. So we decided to turn pro, and we just took off from there.
Oh wow, cool. Okay. Um, so like you kind of answered it too, but I just wanted to ask. So like when did you know that you were ready to go pro? Was it like your gut instinct, or was there like a certain fight that you knew that you were ready to jump in the pro?
So it wasn't anything in the amateurs, because I can't test myself against another amateur fighter and say I'm ready to go pro.
Right.
No offense to any of them. It's just, he was amateur, I was amateur. So who says that I'm ready? It was actually like the sparring I was doing. So I was sparring guys like Jesse Hart, who fights
Okay.
at 168, who's a monster. And I worked with Julian Williams, and
Right.
working with these guys, Miguel Acosta, I believe his name is, who's like the former WBO at 140 at the time. And working with these guys, I was like, well, I feel confident. I'm holding my own. Even Billy Briscoe had a couple professional fighters I was working with at the time, and I was just excited about trying to turn this into a pro career. It was never my goal growing up being a pro boxer, so I just kind of took the leap of faith in a sense, just
Yeah.
like let's go pro, let's make some money, and it started working. Like one door opened the next, opened the next. I just kept running through.
Okay. And then talking about Billy, who's like a well-known trainer and all. Did you ever work with Gabe at all, or?
Yeah, so I worked with Gabe. I don't know how many rounds we did, but I worked with Gabe from when I first stepped in the gym and met him. I think the first time I met him, we sparred, which was kind of cool. And then we just kind of kept the little sparring relationship. And yeah, so I worked with him several times.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah, cool. I was actually gonna have him on last Monday,
Right.
but the looters were trying to break into his gym, so he has it all like boarded the windows and all. So he's like been at the gym and all in case like
Right, keeping it
something
safe,
happens.
keeping it
Yeah,
safe. Good, 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 good. Yeah,
yeah.
man.
So
I hope nothing happens to his gym or any other business out
oh
there. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, because he worked like really hard, to go out there in LA and start the gym and stuff, the Badlands. So yeah, I'm hoping to get him on Monday. Like, hope everything calms down by the end of the week, and we'll be able to get him on definitely.
Yeah, same here, man.
Oh
That'd be a great story to hear.
yes, it
Yeah.
will. So let's jump into the pro debut. So as you like to ask, this question a lot to show that boxers are human. So your pro debut fight was against Kareem Gladney,
Yes.
March 16th on a top ranked card, and Jesse was ironically the main event on that card, the
Yeah.
2300 arena. So you had a fourth round knockout. But prior to the fight, like, what were your nerves like? Because I know you didn't have a lot of amateur background, but
Right.
you had some great experience sparring and all. So what were your nerves like prior to getting in the ring?
So to be honest, I was so excited about being on the card, and so it was also unexpected because when we was trying to turn pro, we couldn't get any fights because, like you said, I didn't have a big amateur background. But I was
Yeah.
working with Jesse, and he had a Hardy City card coming up. So I gave him a call. I'm like, hey Jesse, if there's anything you can do, let me know if you get me on the card or whatever. And at the time, Russell Peltz was doing the matchmaking,
Mm-hmm.
and he just happens to be my promoter now, which is great.
Yes.
Um, I believe Walt was talking to him, which was my former trainer. And I called Jesse and we asked him to put a good word in. And about like maybe the next day, we got a call and we had a fight. And we didn't care who it was. He was like, we'll take it. He just happened to be another guy taking his pro debut. So going into the fight was both our pro debuts. I think I was like the first or maybe second fight of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling my trainer, like, I felt weird because I wasn't nervous. Everyone should be nervous. The first
Yeah.
fight that I had butterflies in your stomach, I wasn't. And he simply told me, he was like, because you're ready. You prepare, you train, you wanted this, so what's the point being nervous? And that was kind of like the mood going to the fight, and the outcome showed it.
Okay. Yeah. And then so heading into the outcome, it was a fourth round knockout. It was a 4-rounder.
Yes.
What was that feeling like? Like were you like, wow, like I literally knocked a guy out on my pro debut, maybe I could keep this going?
Yes and no. So it was one of those. On the third round, I caught an elbow to the eye,
Oh God.
and not on purpose. The guy was throwing the right hand. He missed me. I leaned in and he caught the elbow in the eye. It was just a freak accident. And I go back to the corner and my eyes closed. Like I can't open it. I can't see out of it. And the doctor comes and my corner and everyone's afraid they're gonna close. I mean, they're gonna end the fight. And it was
Right.
only 3 rounds, so we was like, okay. Doctor was like, can you see? I'm like, yeah. It's like, just give me one more. He gave me one more. He's like, it's the last round. I'll let you go. If I can see you can't defend
Right.
yourself, I'm gonna have to end it. So I already had in my mind say it's a close fight. My eyes closed. That looks bad to the judges. What the hell I got to lose? It's my pro debut, so I'm just going to throw caution at the win. So went out there and I was just like trying to throw haymakers with every shot, try to take the guy out. Working on the game plan we was doing, body hit, body hit.
Yeah.
And I caught him with the right hand. When I seen him go down, his head off the campus, I didn't think at the time like it's over. I knocked him out, like he's not
Right.
getting up. I was just like, yeah. So I walked off and I turned around. He's still laying flat, like no movement. And that's when I knew it was over and I was excited. But then I got also, because I'm a human being too, like after the adrenaline went away, probably like, 5 seconds or 10 seconds after the round was over and everything was over, the fight was over, he was still laying down flat. So then the human kicked in. I was like, damn, I'm kind of, I'm a little hurt. I hope he can move. I hope he's okay. Like he has a family too. His family is probably
Right.
watching this. So then the human guy kicked in and he wound up being okay. Thank goodness they had to cart him out in a stretcher just for precautionary reasons. But for my first fight, for that to happen, it was exciting, but it was also like the other, like, oh my God, like this could have been me. You know, a half a second too late or half a second too early, of me not moving, I could have been knocked out laying on the stretcher. So it kind of put like perspective into your career, like take it serious.
Yeah, yeah, and then like that's like one thing about boxing too. I mean, like it's like all grind because there ain't like a 401k or any type of like health insurance and all too. I mean, like
Not at all. I mean, like you get a little bit of health insurance
right,
if like you break your hand or something in a fight.
yeah,
That's about it. Like they're not going to go ahead and provide for your family afterwards, and you don't get any of the other extra benefits like unemployment because like right now we're not fighting,
right,
so no one's paying me. I'm not getting any money on the side. Maybe the big guys and the promoter, but you got to think the smaller guys who fight.
right.
Sorry, it's starting to rain. Let me pull my window up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to sit outside, but I made the good decision to say I was like, yeah, nah, it doesn't look good here in the Northeast.
Yeah. I had to pull this window up real quick, trying to be in the car. But yeah, like I said, we're not getting any unemployment or anything like that. And the promoters, honestly, you gotta look on their side. They can't do it because they're not making money right now. They can't just throw money at all the fighters they have
Right,
fighting for them. So it's just like going through every day, going to work, and just the struggle. So at the same time, like I said in the fight, I don't want this guy to be hurt. I don't want him to be seriously injured or anything. Even though I want to do it in the moment, after the fact, I want to recover. So that was the scary part.
right, exactly. And then did you have a lot of family there for the pro debut?
I did. All my family kind of came out, which was great. I also worked in a gym as a personal trainer, so I had some of the members come out for my pro debut. So it was like a great environment, and it actually kind of helped me continue my career because not only did I get a knockout, me being a local fighter, I was also able to sell tickets. So that's great for the promoters also, and that's also great for my career.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I also wanted to ask this too, because there's a lot of ups and downs in sports, and the fighters have been phenomenal answering this question and all too. So I just wanted to ask you about the first loss. Of course, this is a guy who I'm sure you want to get in there for a third fight. His name's Rocky Zapata.
Zapata.
Zapata, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So this was on December 2nd, 2016. Very, very close fight from what I was reading and all.
Yeah.
So what were your emotions like? Like were you just pissed, or could you just not wait to get back into the gym and just hope for like a rematch, or whether just to move on to the next fight?
Yeah, so like my emotions right after the fight was it was a good fight, and I wasn't pissed that I lost, because I felt like it was a close fight. I didn't feel like I wiped the guy out and just
Right.
it got stolen from me. I felt like it could have went either way, and it
Okay.
kind of did with the decision because the split decision went for him. So one judge had it my way, two had it the other way, so it's totally understandable. So then after the fight, I was a little upset because we was already in talk to sign with Russell. And I was worried that, after my first loss, I'm not going to get signed now. I'm going to have to start all the way back from square one. And luckily, everything worked in my favor. He called me about 2 or 3 days later talking about don't worry about it. I remember seeing him on the back. He told me not to worry about it. And we wound up signing my first promotional contract with him.
Yeah.
And that was great. And then afterward, I was like, yeah, like, let's go. I'm ready to get back in there, ready to fight. And I always leave my career to my trainer, my promoter. My job is to train and be in shape. So Russell was like, not right away. Let's fight this guy. Let's fight that guy. I said, okay, no problem. I don't care who we got to fight. And then the opportunity came around for a rematch, which I was excited about. It came back after I was taking a 6-month suspension. I was on suspension from the commission for 6 months. I came back and I fought Zapata, which was great. So it was a reason to get hyped up to come back for the sport, not just being off for 6 months, but having that rematch. And we fought to a draw. I thought that one I won, but hey, it was still a close fight, and everyone entertained. Everybody was entertained. Everybody enjoyed it. So, we get a third one, be even great. We both agree we got to get paid a little bit more money because we kind of we put some good damage on one another. So
Yeah.
it would be great to have a third one.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but I actually worked that card. So I was in the back. So I was the one in charge of the boxing gloves. So I help Raging Baby out a lot with the fight. So I was actually in the back. So I was the one handing out everyone's gloves and all. And I actually remember because I think like we were like standing close to each other and we were like doing like small talk while like Marcel Rivers was fighting.
Right, he was fighting. Right, we was about to walk out.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I remember you now. Yeah, because we was in the back about to walk out. Zapata went first, and I went second. We was talking a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that was such a close fight. So I'm sure we'll see another one. Hopefully, it's a future Philly special card, or hopefully we're able to run it back, whether it's at Parks or also at the 2300 Arena. But that also leads to my other question too. So you have a similar situation with Anthony Prescott too, which is
Yeah,
crazy. So you got two fighters that you got some unfinished business with, because
yeah,
your matches were draws.
right.
So is that like your two main goals, just to get those dubs on them?
Not really. If I get a chance to fight him again, it'd be great. You know what I mean? I get to get the third fight with them. You
Yeah.
know, hopefully I get the victory. Anything can go. But at the same time, my ultimate goal in the sport is to keep progressing forward. So if I'm just going to keep fighting the same guy and stay in the same circle, then it kind of makes no point. But if I get to fight him again, it gives me a chance to move forward. Then
Right.
I want to take advantage of the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, those are two fights I'm sure that everyone would probably be looking forward to see, whether it's at Parks or 2200 Arena.
Definitely, and I respect both those guys because like
Yes.
we had great wars with both of them. Prescott actually knocked me down, so he was one of the two guys that ever knocked me down. He got the victory that night, but wasn't for that, I felt like I would have won. And then the second fight was a draw, and that was a great, entertaining, action-packed fight. Could have went either way, so why not for a third one? I'm down with it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then if you can let everyone know, like, how did you wind up coming up with your style? So, like, as you see, like, a lot of fighters might look for like the counter punches, or like to get the points and all through the rounds. But how did you develop your aggressive point? Man, it's really coming down here.
Yeah, it is. Like I'm in a car, and the car is moving, it's shaking.
Yeah, it's windy.
Yes, it is indeed. But what was your question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So how did you develop your style? So like your like aggressive style.
So I don't know. It kind of just came to me. It's kind of like just who I am. It's one of those type of things where if you hit me once, I'm gonna hit you twice, or try to at least. And I guess you could say it came from like my background growing up. You know, being a little kid, light skinned kid. You know, I used to get bullied, but I used to fight the bullies back. But I was a little kid. I was a little chubby kid, so I used to fight back and fight the older kids. So maybe that's where it came from. Maybe it came from me playing football, being a little tough guy, trying to hit somebody. You know, I'm not the most skillful guy in the game. I don't have like the amazing hand speed and the amazing, I don't know, coordination with the slipping, the rolling, everything, not being touched, not being hit. Obviously, you've seen one of my fights, you've seen I get hit.
Right.
But that brings the excitement too, because yeah, you're gonna hit me, but I'm gonna hit you back. And if you hit me once, I'm gonna try to hit you 2 to 3 times back. So it just comes with it, and it probably comes with like some of my favorite fighters, like Evander Holyfield, you know, Marvin Hagler. Some of the most famous fighters, but at the same time, toughest fighters as well. Just my style.
I like it.
And my trainers kind of had like no choice, because like even though when they tried to tell me to box and they tried to tell me to do this, I wound up always going back to what I know. So then they just got stuck with, okay, let's make him the best fighter that he already is with his style, more than trying to change him left and right. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me? It's really windy and crazy in here.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that the wind is like, so I got like all the doors closed, but like the wind's like coming through, but like you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can hear you too. So we're going good. This is wild. Okay, so how long has your training team and you been together? So, like, have you been with the same team since amateurs, or did you get a new team pro? Okay.
So recently, I just. Oh, sorry, I had a phone call.
Yep, I got you.
Recently,
I know it's all.
just changed trainers, and I'm working now with Coach Rev, we call him. So we're working together now. We've been working. This is going on our third fight. Our first fight was the Zapata fight, the rematch, and yeah. So before that, I was working with Walt Moore and Hank Owens. They was always with me throughout amateur career, and now I work with Coach Rev.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And like it's always cool for change and all too. So.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Yeah. No, I was saying that like it's always cool for like change and all, just to change up some stuff, and it's always nice to learn something you not have been able to have picked up previously and all.
I'm sorry. So right now, you just went like in and out because of the connection. You want to try that one more time?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was saying that it's like nice for change and all too, for like training wise, to like pick up and learn new things and all.
If you can hear me, you're still going in and out. I don't hear anything but echo.
Am I? Can you hear me now?
Still can't hear you.
Oh man. Let me see. How about now?
I'm gonna try to exit out and then re-enter the live. If you can
Okay.
hear me, okay,
Yep.
I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're having difficulties. It is pouring here. And Isaiah is in the car, so he's gonna try to rejoin the live. I'm gonna resend it to you, Isaiah, if it's not offering you the reconnect. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. So I resent it to him again. Yeah, so we're having like horrible wind here in Philly and all, and Isaiah's in this in the car, so we're hoping to finish it up. We're halfway through it. So this is the first time we've ever had a weather issue when we're not standing inside with an interview. So we'll see. Can everyone hear me though? If you could comment that. So someone asks if it rains a lot here. It doesn't really. I mean, it's not like it's like Seattle. So I mean, like we usually get all the weathers. Isaiah. So I sent it. Okay, I got you. Here we go. Take two. Let's see if it works. All right.
All
Can you hear
right,
me?
we here.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question. So what was it like to have a Hall of Fame promoter as Russell Peltz as your promoter, and how has it been for you, that relationship with Russell?
Our relationship been great. Have been no complaints here on my side. He's a very honest man, and that's all I can ask for. He'll give it to me straight. He'll give me, like, if he's interested in a fight or two, he'll tell me which one he believes I should take because it's gonna do better for my career, or, he'll tell me the difference between, like, I'm gonna make more money if I do this. I'm gonna do this if that happens. So that's all I can ask. Just an honest guy, and yeah. So our relationship's been great. He texts me every now and then while he's been away. He's in Florida now, living a life
Uh,
during his quarantine and the good weather, not just rain and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah. So our relationship's been good. No
Okay.
complaints here.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times just from working with Raging Babe. He's just a great guy, and once you get talking boxing with him, he just does not stop
He
talking.
don't stop. Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
keep going.
He will like tell you about guys from the '60s and '70s, and you're like, oh yeah, I have no idea who they are. It's
Right.
funny. So obviously with the pandemic, like it's awful that boxing's at a pause, and you were originally supposed to fight at Parks on May 15th, I believe it was, or something like
Yes.
that. So like, what are your goals? So hopefully it's slowing down. Where like things are opening up here in Pennsylvania. So like, what are your goals? Like, how many fights are you trying to get before the year's over? You had your first 8-rounder against your rematch against Zapata. So like, are you looking to do more eight rounders, and how active are you trying to be?
Yeah, I'm looking to do 8, 10,
Okay.
and then one day, hopefully, fight for that world title at 12.
Yeah.
I'm looking to be as active as possible. Like I said, I want to get more entertaining big fights, more money, obviously more rounds. So obviously I can't fight 5, 10 times a year. All the crazy numbers that a lot of these guys are doing. I give them all the respect in the world. I'm not making 6-figure paydays to the point where I can just fight 1 or 2 times a year. So I'm hoping for like 3, 4 consistently fights a year. that will help me, progress in my career. That will also help me, put a little bit more money in my pockets and continue so I can do more of this boxing than have to work my day job. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the plan at the end of the day, to get that dream job.
Yes,
Just
sir.
time.
Well, I'm living a dream right now. I just want the dream to pay off in the long run.
Yes, true. So is there any word about August? Like, is Russell or Johan telling you to stay ready? Because like I had Tyler Williams on a couple weeks ago. He said that he's planning for August, and then also a friend of the show is Jerome Conquest, and he also said the same thing. So like, are they like telling you the same thing, to stay ready for August 14th?
Yeah, exactly. They're telling me to stay ready. Ooh, there you go. They're telling me to stay ready. They told me about August, which is great, but at the same time, like nothing been clear, so we don't know anything. But Russell stays in contact with me, so he'll give me any information that he has. I'm trying to do my best at, at least staying relevant in the gym, or not in the gym because gyms are closed, but at
Right.
least stay relevant as in working out, as in training, doing my own thing, but staying sharp. I watch a lot of videos, mental training if that's the thing. But I'm just doing the best I can do, as same as everybody else can do while we're in this pandemic.
Yes.
And then once it's over, it's like I'm sure the fights are going to be flying out. People are going to be throwing cards left and right. So you
Oh
just
yeah.
got to be ready. You just can't come up with any excuse about not being ready. They give me 4 or 5 weeks. That'd be great. But if we get 3 weeks, you're going to have to take what you can take.
Yeah, these fight cards are going to be insane once they give the green light for people to fight in 2300 Arena, or like if Parks just loads up, it's just going to be crazy, and you're going to see a lot of guys, whether they want the tune-up fights, or they just
Right.
want to get in. So
Nah, no tune-up. Like, let's go right to it.
yeah,
I had the same amount of layoff that you had. And
yes,
so let's go right into it. And what you need a tune-up for? You got
right,
2 fists, 2 hands. I got 2 fists, 2 hands. Unless you grow a third arm out, you know, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna happen.
exactly. So like for a lot of people, like like people think that boxers make the money Mayweather money, or like they're making six figures a fight. So could you just let people know about the club fighters that are at the club level at the moment, that they're building a name for themselves? So just talk about the grind. So like you actually built your own personal brand, and you have a hell of a fan base that you sell a lot of tickets for. So why don't you talk about the grind of like the posters, selling tickets, and how has that been with you, the grind of that?
The grind. So, like you said, not everybody makes the Mayweather money, or the Showtime HBO money that everybody sees now, ESPN. So the grind is, you got to work a job. I am a personal trainer, so that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout this epidemic, I've been working at Amazon too in the morning
Okay.
because the gyms haven't been open. So that's making money on the side. I got to provide for my family. I got a son who's turning 6, so can't be a lazy bum on the street. And like the grind is just like Instagram, Facebook, social media. Putting it out there. Hey, I'm a fighter. Hey, I got a fight coming up. Letting people see my world, that it's not just, I wake up and I get to live a dream of training, going home, sleeping, having somebody pay for everything. No, like I got to go out, I got to work like a normal human being like you do, and then I got to go train like a professional fighter does. So I don't want anybody to pat me on the back because I ain't the only one. There's hundreds of thousands of us who's trying to make a career doing that. It's not just in boxing, but in any sport. I'm just letting people know that I'm not better than anybody else. I'm doing the same thing everybody else is doing, trying to make a living for my family, trying to follow my career, and get to the highest heights as possible, God
Yeah.
willing.
And this is like why I have so much respect, and I'll always buy tickets if I'm not working the fights, but I'll always buy tickets and support the fighters that are, putting food on the table for their families, where they're chasing the dream, but from like an 8 to 5 or an 8 to 4, that they're still doing a full-time job providing for their family and all. So I got love for that, definitely.
Yeah, and that's why you gotta respect, every fighter. Even if you don't like the guy, you still gotta respect him because
Yeah.
he's doing the things he's doing behind closed doors. You don't get to see, so you don't ridicule him as a man. Just because you don't like his personality, don't mean he's still not doing the right things. Whether you like me or you dislike me, hopefully more people like me than disliking me. I'm just trying to be the best human being I could be. During this, you know craziness that's going on with the looting and Black Lives Matter and the protesting, I think the biggest thing people can take from this is that you got to respect everybody as an equal. You don't have to like everyone, but you can at
Right.
least respect them. And I think that's going to help, not just with my career and, other people I'm meeting or whatever going on, but I think in life in general, if you can respect everyone as you want to be treated, it's cliche, but at the same time, it's the right thing. People will respect you back, and people will act accordingly if you treat them with the respect they ask. So that's all people ask for, is just respect.
Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing that too. Yeah, because I've had to unfollow and unfriend people on social media because, like, like with all this happening, you see a lot of people's true colors, and you're like, wow, like really, you're really posting on social media. So like for me, I love everyone and I respect everyone. It doesn't matter if people are like making fun of you or stuff. Like, I'll be the first one to say, hey, what's up? Like, I'm always a
Right.
real with everyone. So like it's like shocking the past couple days just to see what people are posting on social media, just writing awful stuff. Like you just see people's true colors and all. It's terrible.
You definitely do. You definitely do. And I'll be honest with you, I don't mind it. I'd rather you show me your true colors than stab you
Right.
in the back. You know what I mean? Like, show me who you are so I can see who I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like, explain why you think that way.
Right.
Just don't say it. Give me a reason so I can understand your point of view. Because even though if I don't agree, even though if it's disgusting and it's the most volatile thing you can say, there's a reason why you think that way. And so there's a
Right.
reason why millions other things that way. And it's why we're in this, situation. So talk to me. The same way I want to talk to you about my problems, you talk to me about what your issue is with me or whatever the cause is. And then let's come to a conclusion. You might never like me. You might never see my side of the point. I may never see your side of the point. But we can at least sit and talk. That can get us places to a point where you stay on that side, I'll stay on my side. Or it can get us places where let's meet in the middle.
Right.
A conversation can go a long way more
Mm-hmm.
than just spitting out nasty comments
Right.
and not talking to the person about why you feel that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, hopefully with this is a huge wake up call for not only America but here in the city of Philadelphia too. So hopefully in the next couple months, like hopefully we see a lot of change and we see all the communities just come together for sure.
Yes, I pray for it.
Yeah, same. I'm praying every day that we just get this country right and just get the right people in there. You know. So I have three more questions. The last two are fun ones.
Let's
Uh,
go.
yeah. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. So this one's a fun one, also, even though it's not like one of my last two fun questions. So I kind of like to let everyone know because everyone's always asking. I have no clue, but I've been getting an idea now. So like when you're in training camp and you're cutting, like what are some of the foods that you have to come out of your diet, or are you like one of those super fitness freaks that eats whatever they want and just burn it all?
No, no, I am one of those guys who eat whatever I want, and then I see the results back on the scale.
Yeah,
You
same.
know what I
That.
mean? It punches you right back in the face.
Yeah.
So when I'm in camp, like the ice cream got to stop.
Uh,
Um, all the sweets that's not healthy. The cheesesteaks, the pizza, the French fries, like that all has to go. There's no, let me just get one here and there. So I got to be really strict because sadly, when I'm not in camp, I'm not the most strictest person. I
yeah.
cheat fairly too often. So I got to make sure when I'm in camp that I stay strict, and I usually do.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for letting us know about the foods now, and this is also why I'm not a fighter. So, because I love all my sweets and all the cheesesteaks and all.
I don't blame you.
All right. So here are the fun ones. So the first one is if you could have dinner with three boxers, they could be dead or alive. Who would they be? And you're not paying the bill; they are. So what restaurant are you going out to with?
Okay. Three boxers. Let's see. Whew. So one would be because the times we're in, I want to go back. So let's say Jack Johnson, right?
Okay.
He experienced all that. Like he experienced way more than we can ever experience. So that would be an interesting conversation. Two would be Evander Holyfield, because he's
Okay.
like one of my favorites, obviously. And the third, let's see, the third boxer would be. I don't know. Let's stick with Floyd.
With Floyd? Okay.
Yeah, let's stick with Floyd because he's.
Yeah.
How can you not learn from the most successful money wise boxer out there? And, the guy's undefeated as well. He's considered even top 2 fighter in the world of all time. So how can you not have dinner with that guy?
Right.
Yeah, you definitely gonna learn something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
Holyfield because he's my favorite. Definitely because of the times I would like to talk to somebody back in the day. So why not Jack Johnson? You know what I mean?
That's perfect.
And definitely Floyd Mayweather for business reasons.
Yeah. And then where are they taking you?
We're eating soul food. So
Right.
anywhere we could get some good cornbread and a good big chicken, I'm down. Cornbread and big chicken, that gets me.
I like it. Love it. So my last question, I've been doing a poll with the Philly fighters. I'll let you know my answer.
Okay.
So what's your favorite cheesesteak spot in Philly?
So my favorite cheesesteak spot in Philly would be, all right, it would be between 2, right?
Okay.
It'll be between Max's down on Erie Street.
Yep.
Cheesesteaks are legit.
They are good.
Yes.
Good. So
one of the most chains, because everybody goes there. I would say probably let's go to Joe's down South Street.
Oh, Joe's, okay.
Yeah. Because everyone's gonna pick one. I would rather go to Joe's on South Street because when you're on South Street, it's pretty good food.
Yes.
You want to run into somebody that you know down there.
Oh.
And nothing against like Geno's and Pastor and everybody. Right. Just if I had to pick 2, it would be Max's in the hood down Erie, and then Joe's on the South Street.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Combination of both.
2 then, because I think Tyrone Brunson I think he chose Max. So we got for Max's. So I chose Tony Luke's, and shockingly, 2 others went with me. So I've been the lone wolf for that for a while.
Tony Luke's is good. Del Rosa's, I think Del Rosa's. I think that's how you pronounce it. Del Rosa, one of those.
Do you mean D'Alessandro's?
D'Alessandro, there we go. Sorry, D'Alessandro's, yes. They're pretty good too. It's hard to go wrong with the cheesesteak in Philadelphia. It's our food, it's just hard. So anywhere you go, you're gonna get a good one. But if I had to choose the 2, it's probably just because I've been to Max's and been to Joe's more often. So that's the 2 I would choose.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it's funny. So when I'm back at work, I work down the street from D'Alessandro's because I work off of Ridge Avenue, but I work with health freaks. So it's tough to just bring someone with me, whether to pick it up and bring it back to the office.
Oh man, you eat it right in front of their face. But oh man, this cheesesteak is so unhealthy.
It's nuts. I know. So I had tried to bribe him. I said that everyone needs a cheat day. Come on. So it's funny.
Or not a cheat day, at least a cheat meal. You do a cheat day, you might as well just eat every day. You know what I mean? Don't do a cheat day. Cheat day turns into 10,000 calories. Do a cheat day.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, Isaiah, thank you so much for joining. It was a lot of fun. We hope to see you August 14th at Parks. I'll definitely say what's up to you, whether it's before or after the fight. Definitely.
My pleasure. Please.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity, man. Please stay safe because I know you, like you said, you're in Philadelphia. Throughout the protesting, please stay safe. A lot of craziness is going on. But at the same time, I want to say for everybody who's doing the protesting or doing the looting or whatever it is, make sure you're doing it for a good cause, for the right cause. And everyone, please stay safe. And yes, Black Lives Matters.
Yes, sir. Black lives do matter. And thank you so much for your message and all. And I hope that you and your family stay safe too during this time.
Thank you.
Yep. And I will see you soon.
All right. You do the same. You take care.
All right. Thank you, Isaiah. All right. So that was Prospect.